Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed, playing content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them the best we can, how we want to. If that's something you can relate to, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So today's video is going to be a Planty Goals 2024 recap and 2025 current goals. I do this video towards the end of each year just to see where I'm at on my plant collection, if I've done any of the things I wanted to do, and just to kind of figure out what it is I want to do for the next year. So I figure while we go over that, I could clean up my Aglaonema. This guy is in just water. I've had him in just water for a long time. It's probably every 6 to 8 months I clean out the water. You can see it gets full of algae, and we're kind of up to that point. But today's video, I think I'm just going to be pulling off the leaves and talking to you about my planty goals. So I have them written down because I can't just remember them off the top of my head. All right, so the first goal I think that I had, also just so that I guess you know, there's a whole bunch of different types of Aglaonemas in here. I don't know the names of any of them really. There's a couple of strappy ones, a couple of pink ones. I think there's a red one somewhere. I hope the red one's still in here. I hope that one didn't croak, but yeah, I just really like how it's a whole bunch of different ones. They all grow really nicely for the most part. And yeah, and the water will go down, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches before sometimes I put more water in it. Hence why we have dried up leaves. Okay, anyway. Moving on. The first goal that I had for last year was to downsize my plant collection, or I guess just don't keep buying plants that are don't work for my planting style. And I think I've done that this year. I've gotten rid of. I actually have downsized plants. I've gotten rid of quite a few plants. I think most of my lipstick plants, I only have 2 left. All of the weird Rhaphidophora, Tetrasperma, Silvopicana, Decursivas are all gone. Anything that didn't like to grow or grew weird are gone. Basically, my collection has boiled down to Hoyas, Philodendrons, pothos, succulents, and cane begonias. And then there's a few here and there. I still have 2 lipstick plants. I still have dracaenas, and I still have snake plants. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I have those. I don't think they're considered succulents. But it's really only plants that work with my collection, work with how I want to take care of plants. So I think I've accomplished that one. All right, the other one was no more intentional plant propagations. I think I've kind of accomplished that. I no longer have any of those Starbucks empty vessels that I used to have. I used to have 20 of them, and they would all be full of a whole bunch of propagations that I've a lot of the plants I'm just trying to save because they were the weird ones, you know, the Decursivas, the Silvopicanas, the ones that look good for a little bit and then start dying on you. And I got rid of all those plants. I got rid of all the vessels, and now all I have is this bowl. I think you can see it, and it's just full of Hoya propagations. And most of these propagations came from when I downsized my really large Hoya plants, my 8-inch hanging plants. I downsized all of those because I was trying to move all of my plants into the sunroom. From the sunroom into my plant room. And so that's really all the propagations that I have, at all. So I think I'm feel like I've kind of accomplished that. So good for me. And then the next one was fertilize my plants. I did not accomplish that. I maybe fertilized my plants this year maybe 3 times. I used the orchid spray on my Hoyas and all of my plants. I just spray all the plants. And then I've used the Super Thrive, and I think also that the blue fertilizer from Miracle Grow. Those are like, I did like 1 round of each, and that was it. I don't know. I should be better at fertilizing my plants, but I am not. Maybe I can try like Osmocote. Maybe that, because it's like a slow release fertilizer, I can just like throw it in and let it be done. So maybe I could try that. All right. The next one that I have is don't move plants around too much. That was last year's goal, because I was moving my plants around a lot. I remember that I would like bring them into the sunroom and then bring them into this room and then that room and this room. And yeah, I moved all of my plants into this plant room right here, except for like succulents, those and my cactus, those I've kept outside during the summer, but those are the only plants that I moved this year, were the succulents, from outside inside, and then, you know, outside inside outside. That was it. So I feel pretty good about that. And I think I'm gonna just do that. I think I'm only gonna move the succulents like outside in the summer, and that's it. Everything else is gonna just stay kind of where they are and live how they are living. Just keep things simple. If a plant likes it in a spot, leave it in that spot. All right. The next 2024 goal that I had was relabeling plants to add the scientific names. I did not do that at all. And I don't feel like I need to. I'm not gonna, I dwindled down a lot of my plants, so that I kind of know what they are. You know, the Hoyas, I keep those labeled, because some of them can look pretty similar, but that's really it. The begonias are labeled, like the philodendrons, everything is pretty much labeled. I don't need to know the scientific name. It's fine. We're just keeping it simple, we're just going to keep it with a common name. It's fun. All right. The next, Bear's in here. Relax. Chill out, dog. Lay down. All right. So the next 2024 goal I had was to get rid of mealybugs. And I think I did. I had a pretty good outbreak going on last year, I guess, with my Hoyas. Now the dog's going to be wild. But I had that. And see this piece, the bottom part rotted off. So I just cut it off, and that happened because I let it dry out too much. So oops. But I got rid of the mealybugs. I'm really only going to use the alcohol and water method. I did use like a pretty strong systemic, and I don't know, there was like a funky smell with it. I don't recommend it. I don't want to have to do that again. So I'm trying to just keep it with the alcohol and water spray. Just keep it doing that, because the rest of it was it was a gross smell, gross overall. But yeah, so I think I'm going to try the systemic granules to like maintain the mealies. So far, I'm doing pretty good about it. And then my last 2024 goal was to learn more about Premiere Pro, which I feel like I did. I recently, well, I didn't really actually learn more about Premiere Pro, like in the transitions of cutting up slot of like editing videos. I didn't actually do that part, so I guess I didn't. But I recently started using Canva to make, like very recently, like the Hoya holidays. I did that to make thumbnails. So there's that. So that's it's like a half accomplishment. But I guess that's it for 2024. That's all I had for 2024. So for my goals for 2025, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? All right. So I want to maintain healthy plants. I think that's like a good goal to have. Like just keep everybody, for the most part, looking good, which means I have to like stay up on my watering and pest treatments and stuff like that, and repotting and changing out water when I need to do that. So that's a goal I think I can accomplish. Another goal is to manage pests so that they don't take over, right? So that's going to be the alcohol and water spray and systemic granules. If I can get those, I don't think there's like a law or something, you can't mail them to New York anymore. I don't really know why, but I know that is a thing. So I have to look into a different way of pest treatment because I live in New York. And then I have fertilized my plants. We're going to try to go with the Osmocote, and we're going to see how well I can keep up with that. I probably am not going to be good at well, Osmocote, once it's in, right? And you're good for like 6 months. So I feel like as long as I can get the Osmocote into the plants, we should be good. I feel good about that. Another one is work on trying to fill out my climbing philodendrons. Maybe cut and prop them or try Kiki paste. I've tried Kiki paste on my Dracaena, my large Dracaena. I don't know if you can see it back here. Can you see my hand? No? Oh, you can see some of it right there. And it didn't work. But I also did try it on this little succulent right here. I don't know the name of this succulent, but I put Kiki paste all along here because all the leaves on this stuff had died back, and it put out a bunch of brand new leaves. So that was cool. Let me put this back. It's very top heavy. If anybody knows how to propagate this plant, let me know. It's definitely not like a cut it and put it in water type of propagation because I've tried that and I've killed a stem already. So let me know. Okay. So there's that. So I want to try to fill out some of my philodendron plants, my climbing philodendrons. Maybe reactivate some of the lower nodes. I think that would be kind of cool. And what else do we have? A make for the Premiere Pro stuff or the YouTube side of my Planty goals. I want to get better at making custom thumbnails. I now, I'm starting to play with Canva. Canva seems pretty easy, pretty straightforward to use to make thumbnails, so hopefully I can keep that going. And I can make better thumbnails for you guys to click on. And maybe I still want to learn more about Premiere Pro, but it's kind of, there's time restraints, you only have so many hours in the day, so. All right, and then for the garden, my garden goals for 2025. I would love to be able to make to grow an herb garden. I think I'm going to stick with one herb and one vegetable because I keep trying to downsize what I grow, and then I start it and I'll put them outside and then I never water them. So I think we're going to go with one basil plant for this year and then one tomato plant, and we're going to see if I can grow one of each. Just one. See what happens. And then the last planty goal I have for 2025 is to take care of my outdoor plants or my outdoor garden pot situation. This past year, 2024, I didn't do anything out there, at all. Whatever came back was great, and I used that to kind of fill in some pots that didn't have anything that came back. But this next spring and summer, I want to revitalize everything, clean out the pots and get plants in there that maybe are more hardy for my temperature, and they'll kind of grow back, and it won't be so many empty pots because I'll be able to, they'll be able to just come back on their own, kind of make it pretty and self-sufficient. I think that's what I want to try to do. All right, so it looks like I got all of the dead, dried up leaves off of this guy right now. We had this one guy. I'm just going to stick him right back into the water. It's fine. And I guess that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to take this guy over to the sink, clean out the vessel, clean off the roots, some of the algae, and just put them back in water. This is how I've been growing my aglaonemas. It's the only way I've been able to grow my aglaonemas in a way that they live for the most part, Let me know in the comments below, how do you grow your aglaonemas? I kept rotting the roots, which is crazy because now they're just like in water and they don't rot. So there's that. And I guess until next time, let me know what your Planty, before next time, let me know what your Planty goals are for 2025. And until next time, relax, plant, peace out.